Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading is a very strange one, and that's why I was so drawn to it. It's all about parallel alternate universes and realities. Now, the further that you dive into the research of anything dealing with quantum mechanics, it gets real weird real fast. But in simple terms, a parallel universe stems from the multiverse theory. It ties into the many worlds theory. It supports the string theory, and in my opinion, could be validated by the theory of relativity. So in so many words, anytime there is an event that could produce multiple results, our world or reality splits in order to accommodate those other conclusions or outcomes. So it's like multiple sequels being produced from one singular event, and all of them play out differently. And in these sequels is an identical version of you living out that other variable or reality. Now, a parallel universe tends to happen when these sequels collide with each other or the original reality, and these other variables become aware of each other to some degree, kind of like a cosmic interlacing. Now, I didn't believe much in parallel universes because the theory is just so damn out there until I realized I've been having these dreams for years and years and years about me being in a body that I know is different, even though it feels like a body that I've been living in my entire life. And I'm usually on a different planet, even though it feels present day. Even though this other place has like technology and buildings, skyscrapers, people, governments, just like here on Earth, I have a family over there in this other place. I have friends in a neighborhood that I live in. But the interesting thing is that kind of really sets us apart is there's different world events happening that have never happened here on Earth or is yet to happen. Because when I dream of Earth in the present day, I know that it's Earth. I can see the continents. I know if I'm in Africa or in America or in Hong Kong, for instance, something like that. Like I know when I'm on planet Earth. And these dreams that I've been having for nearly 2 decades have played out like this long stretched out movie or reality TV show. And that's when I realized, okay, there may be something to this parallel universe theory. Like maybe I am watching a different version of myself's life play out in this different dimension or a different reality. Now, that's the best way that I can explain all this to you guys, because I told you it gets real weird real quick. But if you want a way better explanation, then totally check out Living the Dreams YouTube channel. Okay, he's amazing. He recently released a video where he brought up parallel realities, and the way that he broke it down, he answered questions for me that I've been asking my entire life in 10 minutes, and he covers a lot of different topics on his channel. And I mean, really complex concepts and theories that he has a way of modernizing them and explaining it. So it's really, really easy to grasp. So definitely go check him out, you guys. I'll leave a link to that specific video and his channel in the description down below. Let's get to the disclaimers. Now, tarot should not dictate your life. And I know most of you guys know this, but there's a lot of new people to spirituality, or people that see tarot as a crystal ball that's supposed to tell them something that they do not know, or make the decisions or give them answers and do work for them. That is not what my readings serve as. My readings do not serve as your answers because I do not have them. Only you have the answers. My readings help guide you to your own inner knowing and to validate what your intuition has been trying to tell you all along. So never try to force a message to resonate. Either it will work or it won't. This is a general reading. Thousands of people are seeing it. If something doesn't apply to you, guess what? It might be meant for someone else, okay? So let the messages serve to confirm the things that you do know but have forgotten. Tarot is going to reveal truths about our energetic frequencies that we have to be ready and willing to hear in order for these messages to resonate, okay? So take what resonates, leave everything else. For those of you that want to participate in this meditation, let me just say, like I always do, that this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and to help you select a pile with your third eye and not your physical ones, I will be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway into that meditation, I will be placing crystals for those that like to pick piles with objects on them. If you are drawn to another pile, that's because there may be another message for you in that pile. So if you are ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet, and work that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds, hold that breath for 3 seconds, and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can check out what is going on in this alternate universe or parallel reality, okay? So this is pile number 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. On pile 1, we have Azurite and Malachite. On pile 2, we have Titanium. On pile 3, we have Apophyllite and Stilbite, I believe it's called. Thank you guys so much for telling me what this crystal is. I wouldn't know like half my crystal collection if it wasn't for you guys, so thanks. And on pile 4, we have Aragonite. All right, hopefully that meditation was enough time for you to pick a pile and tap into your own psychic awareness. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages today. Now, let's see what is happening in your parallel universe or alternate reality, and I will meet you over at your pile. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we're starting with your tarot cards, and then we'll check out your oracle cards. So let's get started. The very first tarot card that we have here is the 8 of Cups. Move my mic a bit closer, you guys. Next card that we have here is the 3 of Wands in reverse. And then we have here the Magician. Okay. So right away, pile one, this looks to be like someone that never left your life. I have to say this first. One major split for you that seemed to create this ripple effect in realities is someone having not left your life. Like if your father wasn't really around in your waking life in your childhood, then this parallel universe seems to still have him around a lot. Or maybe that death that happened to a loved one in your waking life never happened in this parallel universe. Maybe it was a divorce that never came to be in this parallel reality with this Eight of Cups right here. So in this parallel reality, you may feel a lot more in control with this Magician card here. Now, another thing that I have to say here, your parallel universe seems to be a bit dark, pile one, and not in a bad way. But some people may see a lot of color and beings and a lot of different things happening. Yours seems to be more quiet and still, and not like a visual experience, but more of a felt experience. So your parallel universe is lucid dreaming all day, pile one. So if you have ever experienced taking control of your dreams, where you think about something and it instantly appears, maybe you think about being on a mountaintop and instantly you're standing on top of a mountain, or maybe you think of visiting some far off planet and it's like you just instantly appear there. So there's this instant teleportation that seems to happen with you in your parallel dreams or reality. They have a way of quickly sort of switching up when you hear with this sort of dynamic between the Eight of Cups and the Three of Wands in reverse and this Magician card right here. So yeah, like I said, instant sort of teleportation. And this may be why I'm seeing it go dark for you. The second that you travel through that tunnel, the tunnel of our consciousness, it goes dark, and instantly you're simulated into this alternate reality. And it seems to be like a first person point of view perspective for you, just like the one that you are living right now, where you look down, you can see your hands, you can see your feet. So you almost never see your own reflection is what I'm picking up here, or what you look like without looking into a mirror or getting a glance at your reflection, because you are in that first person point of view. You definitely don't know where you are at when you cross over at night, or during meditation or trance, or an out-of-body experience with this Three of Wands in reverse right here. So for very many of you, your dreams feel like an astral projection, or it feels as intense and as lucid as an out-of-body experience. Like I said, it's not necessarily more visual for you. It's everything. You can feel everything. Your senses, they really come alive in this other dimension with this Three of Wands right here in reverse. So you might lose control of your body and your body's functions or movement, something like that, until you get used to existing in this alternate state with this Magician card right here. So it takes time for you to get used to that new avatar or body that you assimilate into. But once you do, you become a master at that reality. There's something here about being trained, pile one. Like I keep hearing for you, this is a training, this is a training, this is a training that you're being put through, that you're going through. Maybe your oracle cards will tell me a bit more, but you are definitely being watched when you are over there in that other sort of dimension. Heavily watched, heavily watched. They want to see how quickly you catch on, what you manifest while you're over there, how you handle that reality, what you do with that reality. You have a lot of power in this alternate space, pile one, and it's mostly to teach or train you how to gain power and control in this waking reality. But once you get used to being in that parallel universe, it's so much fun for you. You just need to practice visiting there. It's funny too, because I'm also picking up that after you enter into that lucid dreaming state where you realize like, oh, I'm in a dream right now, many of you get sucked right back into this conscious reality. You get brought right back into your waking reality. So focus on that parallel reality as you were drifting off to sleep, and focus on your breath, pile one, because that's one sure way to get you in particular to that place, to that parallel universe after you fall asleep. You may think that it's hard for you to control where your conscious sort of visits or ends up when you drift off to sleep with this Three of Wands in reverse. You may feel very out of control, but that is definitely not true. You have a lot of control over it, which is why lucid dreaming is something that you have experienced, or it happens quite a lot for you at night. Another thing with this Three of Wands in reverse is sleep paralysis may be very prevalent for you. You may sort of lose track of your body while you're meditating. you may feel like your body is very, very, very heavy, like it gets really heavy when you are meditating. Right before you kind of have this out of body experience, your body may feel very heavy. It may start to feel like you are like your body is vibrating, like all the fibers in your being, like you can feel them. You may hear a very loud sound, almost like you're going through a tunnel as you fall into that other state of consciousness, as you travel to that parallel universe, as you get ready to enter into an out-of-body experience. If you've ever experienced those things, it's because shortly after you fell into an out-of-body experience or you had an astral projection. Now, astral projection is said to be more intentional, where you're actually trying to induce an out-of-body experience, and an out-of-body experience is something that happens kind of against our will, which I'm seeing for you happens quite a bit. With this Three of Wands in reverse, is not necessarily something that you want to do with this Eight of Cups right here. It's something that you wish you had more control over. So definitely practice with that. You may not practice with it because you don't like when it happens. But like I said, your body really comes alive. It's like you can feel every vein in your body, every fiber in your body. Now, one thing I'm seeing with this alternate reality for you is that you get to experience this other life just so you can realize that even if life would not have gone the way it did for you, you would still be responsible for taking control over your own life with this Magician card right here. Basically, your alternate reality wants you to step into more of that defiant willpower that you are capable of, and not to feel powerless, because even though certain things or certain people were quote unquote taken from you, you are still in control and you are not a victim. You never have been. If life would have played out differently, there's a huge chance that you would have ended up with the same circumstances or in the same situation. And this is because you were the one that's always been the deciding factor as to the life that you get to live. It's never been in anyone else's hands. For example, it was never up to your father for you to turn out as a good person, or to be a great parent, or to love yourself unconditionally. That was always up to you. This is your story. And in this parallel universe, you seem to have this, you seem to wield the pen in your hand very easily. Now, in your waking life over here, seems to be where you fumble a little bit. And so this alternate universe is trying to show you, even with this person or this situation in your life, even if they would have never walked out or left or hurt you, betrayed you, whatever, you'd still have to put in the work to be the person that you want it to be. But Three of Wands in reverse is standing firm on the notion that no one else ever held the keys to your success, pile one, or your contentment or your fulfillment or your peace. So there's a huge message here about not blaming the wrong person. Yes, that maybe that person or situation is at fault for something that happened. Maybe it was kind of a domino effect in that way, but they did not completely take your power. And that's something that is really coming through here, is stop blaming. If you are someone that is blaming other people, other situations that happen in your past for where you're at now, that's why you may feel stuck or stagnant. And if you don't want to hear that right now, pause the video, go ground yourself, take some time, come back when you're ready. Because this is like, this pile right here is like accountability all day. It's like, no, that time is come and gone. If you're really ready to change your life, we have to stop blaming them now, and we have to start taking accountability for where can I step into my willpower, where can I step into this place of control and take over. And that's what you need to focus on. You can't focus on the fact that this happened in the past or this person left. You can't change that. But what you can change is what you do right now, right here today. And that's what your pile really wants you to focus on. So I know it may seem a little bit harsh. I know some people kind of, don't really like hearing stuff like that. But like I said, if that's the case, go ground yourself, come back at a different time. And at the end of the day, it's on you. So if you really want contentment and peace, something has got to change. Something's got to give in terms of your accountability. Now, if this message just isn't resonating, then maybe you picked the wrong pile, or maybe this reading isn't for you today. But in that case, you know who you are, okay? And you just have to be honest with yourself in that situation. Okay, so let's see if we can get a little bit of a glance as to who you are. in this alternate reality. Let's see. So we have child eternal, light attributes, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. Shadow is inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. So yeah, this is all like very new to you. Very magician card energy. When you're having these sort of out-of-body experiences, it's all very, very new to you. Then we have here hermit. So it says here, light attributes, seek solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity, withdraws from society out of fear and negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. So you have a sense where you're just like, I don't know what's going on. I feel very out of touch. I feel very out of my own element. It's like you have this almost like introverted personality that comes out when you are in this parallel universe with this hermit card right here and this child eternal card. And then we have under here, hero, heroine underneath the deck, passion for a journey of personal empowerment, escapism, and a false sense of heroism. So yeah, you may kind of be like a hero in your own movie in a sense in this parallel universe, but you definitely have a little bit to get used to when it comes to those experiences. And you're still trying to get used to them, you know? You're definitely still trying to get used to them. Okay, so let's check out your oracle cards here. So this card right here is going to be showing me the job or mission that you may have in this parallel universe. So what it is that your sort of responsibility is over there. And so we have the card trust. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty much what I was saying. It's about you learning and realizing that you have a lot more control than what you think, pile one. Like we pull that child eternal card. Don't fear your dreams or your dream states. You may see a lot of destruction in some of your dreams, as well as a lot of water. So maybe you flying over water or swimming deep in an ocean. Like I said, it's a very dark dream state that I'm picking up, and not in a bad way. But it's just because like you're so unfamiliar with where you are at that it takes some time for you to acclimate to it and to make sense of it. So you may also stress trying to remember everything that you see. Your brain, or consciousness, I should say, knows how to document or record everything happening. So don't stress yourself with trying to remember every detail, because it will come back to you. It actually never even leaves your consciousness. It's baked into your own conscious. So trust in your own experience and your own knowing. You have innate powers in this place, pile one, so definitely use them, and you use them without thinking about it, right? So like you don't have to tell your arm what to do in order to pick up a jug of water in your waking life. You intend to do it, and so your body reacts to those intentions. And it's the same thing for you, pile one, over there in that parallel universe, in that alternate state. So let's see, what is the point of you being able to witness this other reality or parallel universe? And we have here the mystic magic, just like the magician down here. And it says, I weave my magic and surrender to the universe. Wow, you see that? This is what I'm talking. This is how skilled and powerful you are over there. You have a lot of skills. It's more so of you acclimating to that other reality. But once you like get used to it, you're going to be looking like this over there. Okay, and then the next card that we have here is Depth Lake. Yeah, okay. So that message that I got about water seems to be quite relevant here with your pile. So some of you have a lot to do with water when you are in this parallel universe, but basically the point of it, and let me also say that it's 12/12 right now. But the point of these experiences for you, pile one, is to get to know the depth of your powers and magic and mysticism. Like it says, I weave my magic and surrender to the universe. This is what I was talking about. You guys are being trained and watched like a hawk over there in that alternate universe. Whoever is watching you closely on that side is the one showing you and training you as to how to connect to your own powers. So your brain may not be able to comprehend what is happening, but it's your consciousness that's soaking up all of this experience. You are in the realm of consciousness when you are over there. So the language that is being spoken in this parallel universe is spiritual. It is intangible. You won't be able, so in other words, you won't be able to hear the conversations happening between your consciousness and these other entities, these other energies in their consciousness. And even if you could hear it, you wouldn't be able to interpret it because it's another state of being, pile one. So that's why the message came through. Stop trying to remember everything that happens in your dreams, because your conscious is soaking it all up anyways. And it's more of a knowing, like I said, it's more so of like this felt experience for you. It's not necessarily something that's visual or audible or anything like that, but it's more so something that you can feel. And let's just get one final message from your parallel universe that they may want to give you. Okay, I'm just going to do these two because it seems like these two wanted to say something. So we have star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. Yep. And then we have here lost land, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Yeah, so this is pretty normal for you guys. It's pretty normal for you guys to have these types of out-of-body experiences and things like that. But both of these mention something about soul memories and gifts. Like I said, this is baked into your consciousness. This is baked into your being, into your energy, into your frequency, into your soul. So this is something that you don't have to go searching for. You don't have to pay that much attention to your dreams, because that's not the only way that you are receiving communication and guidance during these experiences. Your being is soaking it all up in other ways, in senses that extend beyond the 5 senses that we know of. So there's like this other 6th and 7th and 8th sense that's working with you when you're in this parallel universe, in this altered state. And whoever may be watching over you, pile one, is a star ancestor. So this is just an ancestor from a different galaxy, a different star, a different planet, a different part of space, or a different dimension. So hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. That's exactly what they're trying to tell you in this state. As well as too, it looks like you guys are going to be discovering something. That's the message from your parallel universe, is you have something to discover here with this lost lands and the star ancestors. And it, in my opinion, it has something to do with your gifts. So it seems like you do have something that is coming through your soul or your spirit or your being, your frequency, that maybe you don't comprehend right now, but you're going to end up understanding it later on. Just trust in that. Okay, so this is all that I'm saying, pile one. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. Until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys. All right, pile two, welcome to your reading. So we are checking out your tarot cards first, then we'll get to your oracle cards. I'm probably pulling a couple of oracle cards on camera just to get a really good view as to this parallel universe experience that you may have had a few times. Okay, so let's get started. Very first tarot card that we have here is the Nine of Swords in reverse. Then we have the Ace of Wands, also in reverse. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles upright. Okay. So with these cards here, I can tell that your parallel universe experience is seen as less stressful than your waking life or reality here. You may be the pile that prefers that reality, your parallel universe reality, to this physical one. This is interesting, pile two. So this parallel universe experience for you seems to be perfect. Like if you never made a mistake or a bad decision or a poor choice, if you never had any regrets, you know, that's kind of where I'm seeing your split happen. That kind of caused this ripple effect in your realities, is a lot of different mistakes or choices that you made that you look back on with some sort of regret. And so it's like in your parallel universe, it's like if life was perfect. This also looks like, what if I never struggled with my mental health or my physical health? So in this alternate reality, it seems like you get what you want in terms of being more normal, pile two. In this parallel universe, you may have no illnesses or mental health struggles. Something that you feel interrupts you in this life over here is not even a factor over there. This looks like you living normal life in a higher version or state of yourself. And this is why you may prefer this alternate reality to your waking life, because you may feel more accomplished or like a higher version of yourself. Just think if everything in life went right for you. That would be one of your parallel universes. And so this parallel universe is like if your higher self was fully in control of a flesh, human body and was not phased or distracted or interrupted by life. If life never got to you, that's the best way that I can describe this. This kind of feeling that I'm picking up from my pile twos in terms of your alternate reality. Some of you have a South Node in Leo, Libra, Taurus, or Aquarius, or you have some action happening in those signs in your natal chart. That's Leo, what did I say? Libra, Taurus, Aquarius, yeah. But in your parallel universe, you have everything that you need and want. Everything that seems so hard to acquire in your waking physical life is already in your possession in this parallel reality, is what I'm saying. It's like you are sitting on everything that you could ever need or want with the Seven of Pentacles right here. You're not chasing a feeling or a dream or a goal or the bag or anything or a person. You already have it with this Ace of Wands in reverse. That's why as soon as you cross over at night or during trance or meditation or having an OBE, an out-of-body experience, the second that you cross realities, all your anxieties and fears and struggles, they fall away with this Nine of Swords in reverse. Also as well, do you see a lot of clouds in your dreams or in this parallel universe, like you are living up in the sky somewhere far away from everything? If you do experience that, that would also sort of coincide with the energy of the cards here, where it's like you're just up in the clouds, far away from everything. You feel so far away in this parallel experience. And, but life looks very normal as well in this parallel reality, except all your stressors and triggers dissolve here in this place. So it's like you're still you're aware of that. Many of you feel like you in this alternate state, but lighter, more free, less burdened, less worried. It's like your higher self. Oh, that's why I got the visual of you being up in the clouds. All right, so pile two, you literally become your higher self in your alternate realities. Like you fully merge with it. The higher self has the ability to project its awareness into different places, kind of like how in spiritual, well, me anyways, I believe that everything that has ever existed all stemmed from one God, one source of creation. Everything came from. And it's like as if source or God, the all, whatever you call it, is projecting its awareness into all these different dimensions and realities and states. And that's kind of what I see with our higher self. I kind of almost see our higher self as like a governess or something that is governing all of our consciousness, all of our awareness, and it just projects itself into these different states from time to time. Like your higher self is projecting itself into this physical incarnation that you are currently living. That is how you are able to be here right now watching a pick a card reading on YouTube. So, I kind of see it that way because I see that for me, the universe, it's sort of, its design is present everywhere. It's the same exact design that's present everywhere. So if everything stems from one central source like God, and it's just projecting itself into all these different states, and the same exact thing is happening with your higher self. Your higher self is like this governess or almost like this God of your own awareness that stems from the actual creator, the actual one source. And basically your higher self, it projects its awareness into these different states. Hopefully that made sense. I tried to explain it the best that I could. That's why I got the visual of you being up in the clouds. And do you see how the Seven of Pentacles is looking down right here? You see that? That's your higher self observing this physical waking reality that you are living. Pile two. And it's not worried about a damn thing, as you can see. That's why when you cross over like this, all of your fears and worries drop away. You may be able to sense other energies, people, beings, entities, or even deities around you, but you might rarely see them or get a glimpse of them. You mostly have a clairsentient experience and a claircognizant experience where you can sense or feel or just know that these beings are around you, and they talk to you through telepathy. So you may not see physical apparitions in your parallel experiences too much, but you might know without any doubt, oh, I know my grandma is here right now. Where it's just like, I could sense her energy. I knew that she was right there beside me. Or I could sense maybe like Oshun's presence or I don't know, Hekate's presence or, angel's presence. Your higher self knows when you merge back with it during these parallel universe experiences, when you cross realities, when you dimension hop. It knows when your consciousness is down here in this physical reality versus back in communion with it. So when it knows your consciousness is there, in this parallel universe, almost like eavesdropping on this higher self's experience or perspective, your higher self is extremely selective about what it allows your consciousness to see and experience, because you will end up remembering it. And your higher self doesn't want you to escape from this 3D human experience. It wants you to anchor your higher self's reality, where it's the Seven of Pentacles. I'm not worried about a damn thing because I already know that everything's going to work out. It wants you to anchor that feeling into this 3D human experience, which is why it allows you in, especially when you are feeling exhausted, frustrated, tired, depleted, lost. That's when it loves to remind you like, oh, you're not lost. And these struggles that you are facing are temporary. These struggles have been designed specifically for your being's incarnation here. But never forget that you are your higher self who is projecting its awareness into this reality. So pay attention to these experiences, these parallel universe experiences, because your higher self is giving you access to its own perception. So you can see from this bird's eye view. And when you're looking from this bird's eye view, it's so much easier to see the answers and results and directions and the guidance that will help you solve any struggles that you're facing here. But you are not your struggles pile too. It's very important for you to remember that. You are so much bigger than anything happening in your life. Okay, let's see if we can get a little bit of, let's see if we can get an archetype card to see what kind of person you are in your parallel experience. And we've got athlete, and it says dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. Yeah, and it says misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. So like it says, dedication to transcending physical limits. You go past the limits of your own perception when you are in this parallel universe. You go past those limitations by coming back into communion, by fully merging with your higher self. Okay? So it's like instead of your consciousness being split and being projected into this place and that place, when you have this parallel universe experience, it's like all those different states of awareness come back into one central being. And that's why this kind of makes sense here. Then we have a student. Humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning, shadow attributes, arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. Okay, underneath the deck here we have visionary as well. So capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Shadow here is selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. So yeah, we've got student and athlete here. For sure, the type of person that you are in your parallel universe is someone that's actually learning. So it's like, even though you merge back into this one being as your higher self, there's still a part of you that is unlearned and that doesn't know as much as its higher self. And so you're learning a lot when you're having these parallel universal experiences. And then athlete here, this lets me know that you are able to come back to this reality, this physical reality, and push yourself past certain limitations, certain physical limitations, certain earth limitations, certain dimensional limitations. You're able to actually push past that. And that's something that you're actually learning when you're in this parallel universe. So you seem to be like a student and a athlete, or somebody that really pushes the boundaries in a sense in this parallel universe. So pretty interesting. Now let's get to the rest of your cards. So this is going to be showing me the job's mission in your parallel universe. And so we have here, we've got finding, and it's 11:11 right now on the clock for you guys. I just saw that. And then we also have, you see this? You guys see this? We have the equator to make equal. Wow. So this is your job's mission in this parallel universe. Finding solutions and answers pile 2, bridging that gap together. Finding answers and guidance and results, being able to see them from that bird's eye point of view, from this, this Seven of Pentacles sort of bird's eye point of view, being able to find the solutions to bridge the gap between your higher self and your more so projected self, if that makes sense. So this is really, really interesting here. It's so you can see life from a different angle. Pile 2, because when you are close up on a wall or a building, it looks really massive, right? But if you were standing in a building just as tall, or up in the sky on an airplane, it would look minuscule, tiny, irrelevant. Our problems are only as big as our perspective, Pile 2. That is the mission for you. That's what your higher self wants you to be able to see. It wants you to keep from getting confused or convinced or sucked so far into this reality that you forget that it's all subjective and nothing is set in stone here. As tangible as everything looks, nothing is set in stone here. So it's all about reminding you that these problems or issues or pains are so much smaller than your actual being or existence. Look at how much bigger your higher self is than these issues, these seven pentacles, which represents maybe stressors, difficulties, challenges. You're so much bigger than these things. So it's kind of all about reminding you that these things are smaller than your existence. So do not hesitate to focus on whatever these issues may be with these Seven of Pentacles while you are in this altered state, this parallel universe, because it will be exceptionally easy for you to see a way out, to see a solution, to see some sort of answer or guidance that can help you solve these challenges or issues. So the mission is to find solutions for your current incarnation and to see ways out of it, or to see ways that you can deal with it. Okay. And so let's check out what is the point in you witnessing this other reality. So let's see what we've got going on here. So we've got Justice. Sounds a lot like this Equator card right over here. And then we have the Medicine Woman, Heal. I nurture and nourish my body, or my mind, body, and soul. Okay. So this is all about finding healing and justice, Pile 2. Some of you have hearts that need healing from people that have hurt you. And these people, maybe they were supposed to protect you, or at the very least, they were not supposed to be the people that you needed protection from, with this Nine of Swords and this Ace of Wands in reverse right here. But your higher self wants to show you that justice is imminent and no one is invincible to it. No one can outrun it. But more importantly, it wants to show you how little they matter. These other people matter when it comes to your peace, Pile 2. These people and experiences and challenges are so much smaller than your entire being. It doesn't mean that what you went through didn't matter. And if that's how you are receiving this message, then you're not meant to hear this right now. If you're receiving this message as though, like, are you saying what I went through doesn't matter? Are you saying what I went through is irrelevant? Are you saying what I went through is minimal? No, that's not what this is. And like I said, don't take it that way. But if you can't help but to hear this message that way, then take a break, go ground yourself, come back to this when the time is right, when you're ready, or maybe never at all, but you have to be able to hear this from your higher self. And if you're not able to break past that limitation, like it said in that athlete card, if you're not able to break past the awareness that is anchored here in this physical incarnation, then like I said, take a break, ground yourself, come back later on. But, for sure, you need to do some healing and grounding, because you have to be ready and willing to say, yes, this hurt me, but I am not my pain and I am not my struggles. It was a part of my story, but it is not my entire story. Your entire existence does not hinge on that ex-partner or your parents' mistakes or financial crisis or certain trauma. Your existence is so much bigger than everything that has ever happened to you. So this is about realizing that. And when you do that, healing can start to flow in, because you're going to be able to find that, like it says, the equator right here, you're going to be able to find that, yes, this did happen to me. So that the way you can bridge that gap and be able to say, like, yes, this did happen to me, but I'm also honoring my sacred self that is so much higher than all of this, that is so much more expansive than all of this. And like I said, healing can start to flow in. But healing, and I've said this before on my channel, healing comes from a shift in perspective, Pile 2. And you are getting access to one of the greatest perspective shifts that a human can ever get access to while alive here. So definitely take advantage, you guys. Take advantage of that. And let's get one final message from this parallel universe. or from you in this parallel universe. Okay, and we have here, look at that. You guys, what was I just talking about? What did I say? Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. I'm done. And then underneath the deck, we have here double mission. Light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. Double mission, just like this equator card to make equal right here. I'm done with you guys. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. I love you guys so much. Bye, you guys. All right, in pile 3, welcome to your reading. We're checking out your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see exactly what you are doing in this parallel universe, to see what's up. I'm also going to be shuffling some oracle cards on camera a little later on to get even more of a nice rounded view as to what's happening in this parallel universe. So let's get started. The very first tarot card that we have is, we've got the 10 of Wands. Okay. Then we have the King of Cups and the 5 of Wands. Let me say first off with this 10 of Wands right here, you're getting ready to, there's a chapter that's being closed currently in very many of you guys' life. If you have intuitively selected pile 3, there's a huge chapter that's closing that you had to work really hard and really fight your way to seeing this through. You had to really fight not to give up with this. And it's coming to a close for you. This is really good news with this 10 of Wands right here. Really, really, really good news. Okay, now to your message with parallel universe. So you may experience your parallel universe, pile 3, as a leader. So maybe you are a leader or ruler over there. You may also be a skilled warrior, fighter in a parallel reality. Whatever it is, you have a lot of responsibility over there because you almost serve as other people's last line of defense in a way. So you may have a family. I keep hearing family. So you may have a family that you are fighting for or fighting to protect in this parallel universe. You may even from time to time morph into an animal in your alternate reality. I'm seeing something like a lion or a shark or a crocodile, something, or a dragon even, something very ferocious in a way. But you immediately shift into this energy while you are over there. You immediately shift into this energy of, I have something very important or sacred to protect. And it's heavy with this 10 of Wands, but you're not afraid of how heavy it is or how much responsibility it is or how heavy that crown is. You are still willing to wear it and to fight to preserve it. Now, this alternate universe for you may remind you a lot of planet Earth. There's people around, businesses, even chaos, wars, battles, arguments, drama, scandals. It may have a striking resemblance to your incarnation here. The only difference is over there in that parallel reality, in that altered state, you are much more vocal and proactive in your fights or battles. You're really, really involved in them. You're not afraid of a battle over there. I have this feeling you're not afraid to start a battle is what I'm saying. Your Mars energy is highly activated over there. Like you are not afraid of being like being the first one to sort of say there's a problem, let me fix it, or there's a problem, let's go to war, let's fight. You're not afraid of initiating a fight over there is what I'm picking up. You may be a little bit less turned up in this physical reality, but over there in that parallel side, you are just like, you're fired up. You are not afraid of initiating anything that's kind of sticky or maybe a little confrontational. You know what, as well, too, pile 3? Take this as it resonates. But you may be some sort of a drug lord or a boss type person over there, because looking at this 10 of Wands and this King of Cups, 5 of Wands, you had to fight for your position. Like, no question about it. You had to fight. And this kind of fighting seemed to be brutal, intense, serious, very life or death with you. And like I said, you're coming to mind. Your like spirit animal is coming to mind. Over there in your parallel universe, that you're something almost ferocious. So like I said, you could actually physically morph into an animal or something over there, especially if you're experiencing your parallel universe in a lucid dreaming experience. But even if that's not the case, you may just have a spirit animal over there that is very ferocious, like takes what it wants. And so, like I said, you definitely had to fight for your position. And this kind of fighting, it looked to be very intense, serious, very life or death, brutal. So you also have this way of traveling into the past as well in your parallel universe, which is the part that's throwing me off the most, because I keep like getting a whiff of you like traveling back into the past. It sounds so weird. We are talking about quantum physics, so it could be possible, but whoever you are, you fought your way to the pinnacle of this position, and you seem to be a bit cutthroat, so you could definitely be a leader of a faction or a warlord, drug lord, running some sort of an empire or a group. You could be a very shrewd businessman or businesswoman over there that has no problem taking what they need, taking what they want, maybe kind of stepping on toes to get things done your way. So yeah, definitely things like that. But for sure, over there in this parallel universe, you followed your dreams and you did not allow fear to stop you. You didn't let anyone tell your story. You just took that into your own hands. That's kind of the biggest difference that I'm seeing between your waking life self and your parallel universe self. So the split for me that seems to have happened with you, this is so interesting with your pile, because your pile seems to be the most where it's like your waking life has the most in common with your parallel universal self. So the only kind of split that I'm saying that happened with you, that split these realities into two separate variations, is basically life getting to you, life getting really hard, and you deciding like, fuck this, I'm just gonna go out here and take it then. That was the part that kind of split for you. And in your parallel universe, you're just taking things as you want to. And over here in your waking life, you're a lot more appropriate and polite. That's the best way to explain it. You're a lot more appropriate over here than in this parallel universe. In this parallel universe, you tapped into some sort of savage mode and you just haven't slowed down yet. So you're definitely not afraid of a battle over there. And I have this feeling that the moment that you enter into this parallel universe, when you fall asleep or enter into this meditation or this trance or have an OBE, out of body experience, that instantly you are thrown into fighting or maybe even running from something or some sort of battle or chaotic scene. There's no waiting in the lobby or buffering for you. It's like you fall asleep and instantly, you are transported into whatever scene is going down. Another thing that I'm picking up from many of you, which is really interesting, is you see multiple variations of this parallel universe. Most of us, we have one parallel universe that we experience over and over and over. But for you, it's chaotic the second that you fall out of consciousness and into another state. For those of you in this pile that do have astral projections or OBEs, out of body experiences, focus on easing your astral body back into your physical one so it's not so aggressive or abrupt. I'm picking up abrupt, almost brutal, may even feel a bit violent when you have that reconnection between your astral and your physical bodies. Maybe you even see like a death happen or something in that parallel universe where you see whoever it is that you are actually perish. And so you end up coming back into your physical body. So it may be a bit like violent or aggressive or abrupt, something like that. And that's for a very select few of you. But if you do have astral projections, out of body experiences, really work on easing yourself back into your physical body. But back to what I was saying, some of you experience multiple realities. Sometimes this is a really strange thing here with your pile. Sometimes many of you travel back in time on planet Earth, and you may be fighting in wars that happened hundreds or thousands of years ago. You may see scenes with your own eyes, your own conscious eyes anyways, of things that happened in history on planet Earth. That's also an alternate reality for some of you in this pile, where you travel back in time, especially using your DNA to travel back in time and see historical events that happened, and it feels so real for you. So some of you, and this might be a select few of you, you may have actually more details than the history books do when it comes to a major battle or a war or a historic moment, because you've seen it. You've actually seen it. You've actually experienced it in this dream state or this trance, this alternate reality. So this is happening for many of you. So you learn how to fight for something or someone in your life right now because you're a natural warrior. Okay, so you may come from a line of warriors in your blood as well that were initiated in some sort of tribe or something like that. But you may come from a line of warriors in your blood. And yeah, I did mention your DNA earlier. So the fight is within you. It's a part of you. There's this fearlessness in you. And you notice it the most when shit hits the fan and there's a crisis. So it's like either in your life or your loved ones' lives, and you go straight into action mode. There's something that you are being urged to be more proactive about so that you don't have to react. So it's like staying ready so you don't have to get ready. There's something that has potential to spiral out of your grasp if you don't monitor it or stay on top of it. And you are experiencing this fighter energy within your own spirit that's emboldening you to keep going. Okay, so let me just see with a couple of archetype cards here if we can get a good look as to your energy, who you sort of end up embodying. Like I said, you're like a warrior over there for sure. Ooh, okay. So, all right. So we've got Judge over here. Are you the pile that I said you may be like a leader? Is this your pile? Because we have Judge, Scribe, and God that came out. What it says here with Judge is it says light attributes balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. Shadow offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. Scribe says light attribute preserving knowledge and information. Shadow is altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. And then with the God card here, light attributes benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Shadow is despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. Okay. So yeah, it kind of seems like I said, like you're a leader or something over there, and we pulled the God card and the Judge, and look what's underneath the deck, you guys. We have King. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are like a leader or something over there. You've got an important job or something. And if maybe you're not a leader, then maybe you're somebody that lays down the law that is actual karma or justice over there with this Judge and Scribe, God, King card right here. Like I said, you guys are, yeah, you're probably an actual leader in this parallel universe, wherever you're at, because you really do call the shots over there. You call a lot of shots over there. Okay, let's check out your job in this parallel universe. And so we have here, we've got prosperity. You guys are like a leader, a king, a queen, a something. You're some sort of a ruler, very majestic energy over there. But yeah, so your job in this parallel universe, pile 3, is to prosper. Your job is to create victory, success, opulence, wealth, luxury, prosperity, to keep fighting for your security, to keep fighting for what is important to you, to put your heart above all else, because that's what fuels your warrior, pile 3. And that's what grants you success, is persistence. So a lot of your parallel realities are showing you how to avoid certain pitfalls and how to keep something in check or control. As well as, too, it's also showing you how to be in this leader energy, and this energy of a successful leader at that. You know, you're not just any leader. Just about anybody can be a leader, a king, a queen, you know, majestic, but not everybody does it successfully. And from what I'm picking up here in your parallel universe, you do it successfully. So you're probably a natural born leader here as well, on Earth. But the thing is that the parallel universe, it almost has a way of opposing the reality that we live here. So, in your parallel universe, you're definitely learning how to be a successful leader for sure. And that's something that you can apply back here, because, oh yeah, that's right. When we're dealing with parallel universes, our physical reality may kind of oppose this parallel universe a lot. And so that's something that you can actually take on as a trait or a skill from that parallel reality, is learning how to be a successful leader. Okay, and let's see what the point is of you witnessing this parallel universe, because there has to be a point to, oh, look at that. You guys are definitely a leader, a king, a queen, or something over there. And so we have the Amazon Queen battle. Oh, it says battle. Like I told you guys are some sort of, I'm a devoted warrior of the universe. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. And then we have here comfort, Hearth. So the Amazon Queen is kind of freaking me out, just like these other archetype cards over here, because I knew you were some sort of a warrior and some sort of a leader. And the fact that this oracle card deck even has this warrior queen in it is crazy to me, because that's exactly what I'm seeing for you. Is like you're a leader, but you're also a fighter, you're also a warrior. And so it's crazy that they combine both of those things in this card deck here. But yeah. So this confirms the fact that in your parallel universe, you are some sort of a leader, queen, very majestic. People consult you about how to handle really big issues. And that's what's happening over there right now in your alternate universe. And this is incredible. And Hearth Comfort right here, like I said earlier, you guys, you're fighting for security. You're fighting for your family, for your home, for your loved ones, for your people, and your civilians maybe, the people that you govern. And you guys, comfort. You're also fighting for comfort. The priority for you is quite simple over there. Do this for them. It's not even so much that you're doing this for you. It's like you have this very selfless energy to you over there, kind of like this Ten of Wands and this King of Cups energy, where it's like you're doing this for other people, as shown with this Five of Wands right here. It's like you have this energy of, if this is the only thing in the way of me and my loved one's peace, then so be it. Or me and my people's peace, then so be it. Or me and my people's equality, me and my people's rights, then so be it. You are a very fearless warrior over there, and that's so you can get a taste of how valiant and audacious and unabashed your spirit truly is. And you are your spirit. So whatever may be happening in your life, maybe you don't like to rock the boat too much in this physical reality over here. Maybe you're more on the passive side of things in your waking life, allowing what you want or need, or what belongs to you, or what you feel is right to pass you by. And it's not that you need to go full on warrior mode, pile 3, because you could totally take over the world if you were completely in the energy of your parallel universe self. You know, so it's not that you have to go full on warrior mode unless you want to, pile 3. All you need is a drop of that warrior energy that you have within your spirit. So you moving mountains over here, the recipe to that is 1 part you and your temperament, 1 part warrior energy, and 1 part confidence to really watch yourself move mountains and to claim what belongs to you. Your alternate reality wants you to invoke your warrior Mars energy, to rely on it a little more to get things done versus waiting for things to turn out a certain way. It's saying here you can dictate the outcome of a lot of situations in your waking life. You just need to assert yourself more with a healthy level of audaciousness. Be more audacious, pile 3. It doesn't work for everyone. Audacity does not work for everyone, but for you, it will move mountains. And you'll know if that applies to you or not, if the thought of being assertive and not taking no for an answer makes you a little uncomfortable, makes you a little nervous. So let's see. So let's get this final card, a final message from your parallel universe, from yourself in this other universe. Let's see what we get here. Okay, and so we have activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you are led. Okay. So with that card right here, what I kind of feel like it's saying for you is, oh, this is 2 cards. What I kind of feel like it's saying for you is to connect to some place that's sacred. Connect to something, not even a place, pile 3. You guys just need to connect to something that you feel is so sacred, that you love just as much as you love yourself. When you connect to that natural warrior energy is coming out. It's coming out. When you feel like you have something to fight for, when you feel like you have something, a purpose, when you feel like you have a purpose, you know what I mean? So it's like a purpose or something. That's what I'm picking up with this activated earth card. Activate your purpose, pile 3. You may have already activated your purpose. And if you feel like you're kind of lacking in the department of where it's like, I don't know if I have enough energy or motivation or determination to keep going, then find another reason to keep going, pile 3. Find another reason. Let's get one final card for you. And we have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Exactly. So that's the message for you guys. I told you guys that there is something. That was one of the first things that I got for you, is something's definitely coming to a close for you that you've been struggling with for a long time, it seems like. And this new earth card here, and then we have activated earth. So this is definitely saying that you are activating this new reality, this new you, this new earth, this new beginning, this next chapter, and you're getting closure with an old one, which is really, really good news. So this is all that I'm saying for my pile threes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirited self, and of course you for coming in, listening to what I have to say today. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, but until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys. All right, pile four, welcome to your reading. So we're starting with your tarot cards, then we're going to be checking out your oracle cards. I'm also going to be shuffling a couple of additional oracle cards on camera just to get a really good view at this parallel universe, this alternate reality that you may be experiencing. So let's get started. Very first tarot card that we have is Death, and this is my favorite card in tarot. Such a pretty card. It's nothing to worry about. If you're new to tarot, it's nothing to worry about. Next card that we have here is the Five of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Chariot, also in reverse. Okay, pile four. This is interesting because everything looks to be different. Your friends, family, coworkers, it's like you never knew the people in your waking life, or like there's no resemblance at all to your waking life. And many times in alternate realities, there's only minor differences. But here with you and your pile, it's like there's hardly any similarities. As well as, too, I do want to say that there could have been a different relationship with your parental figure that changed a lot in your life in this alternate universe or this parallel reality. You may have had a completely different relationship with the parental figure, and that was pretty profound in terms of changing these realities or altering them. In your parallel reality, you may see a lot of souls or people that passed on. You might be able to recognize who they are as well. So you may see friends, family that have transitioned, even celebrities and historic figures may visit you in this other dimension, as well as too, there may be a lot of people and beings around that you don't recognize at all. Have never seen them before. You know, some of these are souls that may be a bit lost or confused with this Chariot in reverse right here, or stuck somewhere. And some of them are wearing a disguise because they know how to conceal their true identity. And for whatever reason, I feel like they conceal their identity so you can believe in the validity of these experiences. So some of you may be mediums, but might not want to accept that. And a medium is someone that can communicate with the dead, can see and sense and hear and feel those that have passed on, that have transitioned into the next realm. You can see beyond the veil. Some of you as well have members in your family that were blessed with the gift of mediumship. And I don't know why, but Native American culture and blood is coming through in this pile as well. So you may have Native American ancestry, some of you. And in this alternate reality, you may be more in touch with your indigenous culture or side if you come from one. And I just got a really loud ringing in my right ear too, so I don't know, that may be something that happens for you. It might just be for me, but I just wanted to mention it. If you're thinking about getting some sort of genealogy testing done, then this may be a confirmation to go through with that for you. But yeah, definitely something coming up with indigenous cultures and definitely Native American traditions. If you happen to be Native American, let me say that. A lot of these other beings that you have met, you have no clue who they are with this Five of Swords in reverse right here. But you may see yourself having conversations with them, especially any sort of energies or entities or beings that come in pairs, pile four, with this Chariot card right here. But for you, the parallel universe that you visit may be the realm of the dead or the realm of the eternally living, however you want to see it, but you're actually walking in the realm of those that have passed on from this physical dimension, or they have not arrived here yet and are waiting to come back with this Death card and the Chariot in reverse card over here. So your parallel universe is really, really tricky because it's like you're getting to see you're going to a different dimension, so This could kind of be souls that have passed on. I'm trying to find the best way to describe this. Like I said, parallel universes are so tricky and wacky and strange. And I really don't even know if the human brain can conceptualize exactly what it is. I'm trying to explain what I'm picking up here, but it's as though, you know how like when a soul passes on, that soul is still existing, it's still alive, it's just in a different dimension. So even though here on earth in this physical realm that life has ended, they've just transitioned, but they're still present and they're still very much alive in a different place of existence. So it's like you're getting to see a parallel universe, you know, so it's like a parallel world to the living. Okay, so this is starting to click now. If you have intuitively picked this pile and in your waking life had a really bad accident or a near-death experience or an illness that you almost didn't survive, or maybe you actually died and was like revived or resuscitated in this life, maybe in some way, shape, or form, you got very close to the brink of death. But in your parallel universe, you may have actually died and not survived whatever happened. That was one of the initial big splits for you, Pile 4, that ended up with an entirely different reality. And so every time you visit this parallel universe, you are completely in the spirit realm and not a living physical one. So you may have died in your alternate reality and now you're a spirit guide over there, Pile 4. This is really fucking wild. This is really, really wild. Or because you had such a close brink with death, in your parallel universe, you may be somebody that got very close to the occult, to learning more about what happens after death, spirituality. You might have gotten very religious, something like that. That was a huge turning moment for you. So even if you did end up surviving in this parallel universe, I feel like you just got very close to the spirit realm or the dead or the occult, the what happens after life, things like that. I think that just kind of spurred your interest if you ended up surviving in that alternate reality. You're walking in the realm of those, like I said, that have left from this physical world or they have not come here yet and are waiting to come back with this death card. And I say come back because of this death card and Chariot in reverse. This death card and Chariot in reverse is screaming souls that are reincarnating, but they are lost. So in other words, they keep losing in a sense at life with this Five of Swords, or for whatever reason, they have to do something over and over and over again because it's something that they're missing out on with this Chariot card. It's some sort of lesson that they're missing out on. So they keep reincarnating over and over and over again. And oh my God, I feel like what's coming through is a judgment almost, or like your mediumship abilities are so strong and lucid because they are exchanging with me as though I have this gift and I don't have mediumship abilities. So you've got a very powerful way of communicating with those that have passed on, but some of you are very apprehensive of diving into that side of your gift with this Five of Swords and this Chariot and the Chariot in reverse right here. You've got your hand up spiritually saying, I don't want that gift. Some of you do. But necromancy, mediumship, communing with those that are in the process of reincarnating, you have direct accessibility to. So that's happening in your parallel reality right now, is you almost governing these souls in particular that are lost, and lost in the way that they keep making the same choices or mistakes over and over again. They get here to this dimension, to earth, and fall right back into the same trap in a sense. So you're visiting this alternate universe as a multidimensional being that is anchored here in this dimension on earth, while your spirit body is like having this spin-off show in the land of the dead to help guide them. And they really listen to you because you're here as a human right now, as well as too, they are able to see these souls, because they're passed on, they're able to see with this Chariot card in reverse right here, they're able to see every decision that they made and how it impacted them in a good way or in a bad way. I'm going to say more so in a negative way because this Chariot is in reverse, and this Five of Swords is in reverse. So they're getting to really relive in very vivid imagery and memory the certain decisions and actions that they took and made that they really regret, and that led them down certain paths that led them to failures or some sort of a negative life experience. So it's like they're getting to see, it's like they're getting to also see what would have happened if they would have made a different choice. So they have access to all this information on this other side, as well as you do too. So you may actually even be a full-on medium, or like a paranormal investigator, or someone that works very closely with the dead in this parallel universe or alternate reality, because maybe you had your close brush with death and you're trying to help guide these lost souls back to their home, or souls that are in the process of reincarnating. Maybe you took on the job of delivering messages to loved ones left behind in the physical realm from those that have passed on. So there's a lot of dimension jumping in your alternate universe for you, Pile 4, but you work very closely with those that have passed over and grew immense wisdom after their passing, and maybe they needed to get a message to someone on earth or to a version of their past selves in order for them to make a different choice or choose a different action. It's like they're almost trying to send warnings to themselves through you in this alternate place, which is really, really interesting. It's really mind-boggling. I knew in some way, shape, or form my mind could get a little bit twisted around doing this reading because it's so out there, but this is insane. This is really, really cool. Pile 4, you're really cool. So you're helping to guide these souls, and they really listen to you because you are here as a human right now. So you almost help prepare them in a way for another incarnation here. And the hairs are standing up on my body right now. I can feel your spirit body over there. I can feel your mediumship and your direct connection to these souls in another plane, and it's really strong. So this is really incredible. This doesn't normally happen in readings like this, where I can feel it that strongly, where it's like I almost feel your gift coming through me. It's really odd that doesn't happen normally. See if you've got a lot of 8th house placements, 9th house placements, or 12th house placements, and if any of those houses are ruled by Pisces. But Pisces energy feels very dominant for some of you. Could as well be Scorpio with this Death card right here, or Cancer placements with this Chariot card right here that are also very strong in your chart. So you may have like a lot of water energy in your chart, water trines, a water grand trine in your chart, something like that. You may have a south node and a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, as well as your Neptune may be present in a water sign. But yeah, for sure, it's like a very strong sense of feeling here. So let's check out what your personality may be over there in this alternate universe. It'll be very similar to you, but there may be certain like traits or characteristics that are a little bit more expressed in this other place. Let me keep shuffling because I only ask for one card. So give me a second. So we have Pioneer, light attribute, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Shadow attribute, compulsive need to keep moving on. Yeah, you're trying to help pioneer these souls into a completely new direction and put them on a different course next time that they incarnate. Yeah, next time that they incarnate. Here, let's get one more card, and we have Bully. Light attributes highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Shadow attribute conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. So souls over there may see you as kind of hardcore, like you're whipping them into shape. Like I said, you kind of govern these other souls over there. And then we have Scribe underneath the deck, preserving knowledge and information. Shadow attribute, altering facts or plagiarizing others' works. Like I said, you know a lot about what these other souls have. You have access to all their information, to everything that they did in their incarnation, and that is why you're able to sort of govern them and kind of have that whip ready to sort of whip them into shape and be like, hey, you got to get your shit together. When you come back here, make sure you get shit done this time. Like, make sure that you make the decisions and the choices that your intuition is guiding you and advising you to do. So in a way, you almost feel like a spirit guide. What the hell is going on with this pile? This is really, really... Okay, I gotta see the rest of the oracle cards. I gotta see the rest of your oracle cards. You're coming through as a spirit guide while alive. Let's see what your job is over there, because this oracle card will be showing me what your job is over there. And we have here boundaries. Yeah, that may be why that bully card came up. Okay. That's why I saw your hand up, pile 4. Like, no, I don't necessarily want this. Your job over there is to teach these lost souls that they supersede these boundaries in between realms. That while they are here as a human, it does not mean that they are not connected to their spirit and to source or this higher power. These souls get lost in the dimensions that they incarnate into because they believe that to be their only reality or the only truth. And it's not until they transition or pass back into the spirit realm do they remember, oh my God, I had a job to do that I didn't complete. Or that, I had a purpose to do over there. I wasn't just there. It's like they remember that incarnation, that dimension that they incarnated into was just a means to an end. It wasn't the entire point of their existence. And they forget that. They forget that until they transition or pass. And you're here to help them remember these boundaries are not as real as they appear. These dimensional boundaries are not as real as they appear and solid as they appear. You see this infinity symbol under on this boundaries card right here? It's all connected. Your experiences in this altered place is to show them or teach them that it's all connected and that they will return back to the spirit realm eventually to be graded or judged or asked, hey, what did you do or accomplish? So I see you dealing with souls that are lost and are in need of great guidance because you are a very evolved old soul, pile 4. And that's another reason that you have your hand up spiritually. Your spirit is very familiar with this job and this skill. The visual that I have is like this kindergarten teacher, like trying to get an entire class of kids to calm down, get in their seats, pay attention, do their work, and they listen to you because they're not distracted in the spirit realm. It's when they get to earth or this dimension that they get really distracted and really unruly. So you have a job to almost like rule them in a sense, but not in a way where it's like you control them, but in a way where it's just like you're trying to teach them that this incarnation that you are about to walk into is not as real as it seems. Don't get caught up in it. Do not get caught up in it. Let's check out what the point is in you witnessing this parallel reality. So the very first card that we have is Universal Midwife Birth. I birth fruitful and sacred assignments. Okay. And then we have Adventure South. So yeah, that's what I was talking about with the kindergarten kind of teacher analogy. So you are almost as midwife or a temporary mother energy to these souls, where they are nourished by your wisdom and knowledge in the spirit realm, but eventually they have to walk this path on their own. And also too, this mentions sacred assignments, and the South card, Adventure, sort of feels like and this is going to sound weird, but it kind of feels like I said, your spirit guide. Even as you are alive right now, you are also presently a spirit guide to a lot of lost souls, which may be why you have such firm boundaries with your spiritual gifts, because to be a human right now and a guide is probably very exhausting, I would imagine. So you may be the type of person where it's like you're always tired, you're always taking a nap, doesn't matter how much you sleep, you still feel this level of like exhaustion, or like your spirit or your energy is busy or is preoccupied doing something. So you may also feel like that majority of the time as well, where it's very difficult for you to like keep your energy to yourself. Many of your dreams you may have troubles remembering because you are off sort of assisting other people in a different realm. So you may not clearly remember everything that happens. You may sort of feel everything that happens, but you might not necessarily remember it. That may as well be too why that bully card came up for you. Because you have such firm boundaries. And I can see how this makes sense because the past, present, and future are all happening at the same time, at the same moment. So when we're in certain dimensions, like here in this physical reality, time seems very linear, but it's not linear in the spiritual realm. When we exit outside of these 5 senses and more so into a 6th sense that spreads beyond what we can perceive tangibly, time gets very wonky and weird. But that's something that we already know with parallel universes, is that time is it's very subjective. It's subjective depending on where you're at, kind of like the theory of relativity. And that's why I said the parallel universes, it kind of ties into the theory of relativity. So I was just shuffling to see. Yeah, this is 2 cards that came out, so I'm going to keep shuffling. I just want to read this one because it flipped over like that, but I'm going to keep shuffling. It says portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. Wild card. Yeah. You're sort of like a portal between the living and the dead, pile 4. You yourself are like a portal. Especially with this death card right here, yeah. You're like a portal. And you kind of sit at this portal. You're never really too engaged on one side or the other. You're never really too engaged in the physical human side. You're never really too engaged in the spiritual side either. It's like you're sitting right at this portal where you're able to sort of dip in and dip out of both sides. It's very interesting. Then we have here the golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Okay, so with this inner children card right here, and then we have inner earth. You'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. Yeah, so the message that I'm picking up here with inner earth and the golden children is, again, you are preparing these lost souls. Like I said, you're kind of like this kindergarten teacher dealing with all these souls that they are really in need of direction. So these are almost like spiritual children in a sense, that are spiritually maybe their spiritual side may not be as strong yet, and that may be why when they incarnate into a physical, more tangible form, have an easy time forgetting all about their spiritual side. So you're really here to help sort of guide these spiritual children in a sense. They're sort of childish when it comes to or youthful when it comes to guiding themselves. They really don't know how to get back to that place of listening to their intuition. For sure, with the golden children and the inner earth, that's the message that I'm picking up for you here. And the message that I'm picking up for you, the personal message with inner earth and the golden children, is to not forget to live your life, pile 4. Because like I said, you're kind of like a portal yourself, and you may sort of forget to live your life because it's almost like you are stretched in so many different places. Don't forget to live your life. Don't forget to experience everything it is that you came here to experience as well, because you are here for a purpose as well. And it may stretch beyond being a spirit guide to all these other souls. There's something else for you, just you and only you. Like it says here with the universal midwife, you're so worried about, or you're so concerned with nurturing these other souls and things like that. You're so busy doing that you may forget to live your life as well. And so that's one of the personal messages that I'm getting for you guys, for my pile 4s with this inner earth and this golden children card, is to not forget to live your own life and to even connect back to your own inner child, where it's all about experiencing your rare gifts. Like I said, for a lot of you, you actually denounce your mediumship abilities, and like it says here, rare gifts. So there's something that your this parallel universe, it wants you to maybe get back in touch with your gifts, the rare gifts that you have, because mediumship is a very rare gift. Not everybody has that. Everybody is sensitive. Everybody can sense and feel energies. Because that's how God designed us. God needed to be able to have a direct line of communication with all of its beings in order to guide all of its creations and children. So obviously every living being has these intuitive gifts and is able to feel energies and things like that. But not every living being has certain spiritual gifts like mediumship abilities. It's a little different when you're getting into the abilities and things like that. It starts to sort of get very choosy as to who has certain gifts and things like that. So, mediumship's a very rare gift. And I believe another message coming through here is this parallel universe is trying to get you comfortable with exploring these other rare gifts that you do have, which is quite interesting. But this is all that I'm seeing from my pile 4s. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. Until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and of course, keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys.